Welcome in, fine folks, to the Rod Parsley podcast where faith ignites fire. Today we are going to talk about family in ministry, balance in your family, being intentional with your time, prioritizing time for family, how your family can better serve together in your local church, how to hone those gifts and talents that God has placed within your children. We've got some marriage advice, some relationship advice. So it's going to be a good one coming up. And here we are.
Darling daughter.
Hello.
It's wonderful
Father,
to see you.
In your plaid.
I'm all plaid.
You're looking great
I guess.
today.
I'm kind of a lumberjack guy.
Looking very
outdoors guy.
Autumnal.
Autumnal.
Yes.
Is that a word?
Yes.
Wow, I increased my vocabulary today.
Well, you always have to talk about my education that quote unquote you paid for.
Well, did I?
My undergrad, yes, but here's why. Because like any 17-year-old.
I took you to 100 colleges and universities at least.
Okay, and I was going there, and yet again you interrupted me. Let's keep track this episode.
I'm going to let so much air, just dead air go.
That's fine.
Waiting on you.
That's fine, because we can edit that. What we can't edit is you talking over me and interrupting me.
A podcast.
Yeah, there's still some
this
editing.
Is not television.
There's still some editing
involved.
Tell
me all the time,
yes,
right? This is not television.
It's not television, but we still have to clean things up every now and again. Anyway, yes, my 17-year-old self, knowing everything, of course, I waited to apply to colleges very late. And so, of course, the one college that I really, really wanted to go to, I did not get any scholarships. It was the only college that I didn't get scholarships to. And wouldn't you know it, that's the one I picked. And so, yes, you had to come out of pocket for that. And wasn't it worth it? Now you may speak. The representative from Pickerington has the floor.
Wow. Anyway, it was a lot of fun going to all those places. And what we knew was the minute we walked onto that campus, we all looked at each other and said, this is it, right?
This is it.
So.
And it was.
It was.
Miami University of Ohio in Oxford.
Yes.
Southern Ohio for the undergrad, Liberty Online for the master's, and Nowhere University for the doctorate.
Yeah, well,
for now.
That's still under discussion, I think, whether we're going to go on and do that or not.
I tabled that discussion.
I know you did.
I don't know that it's still under anything.
You haven't
except
brought
blood.
It back up either.
No. Tried it. Not for me right now in this season
How was your
of
trip
life.
to Nashville?
Oh, I had a ball. Yes, I went on a trip to Nashville. Had so much fun. Came back, dyed my hair. Obviously, people keep asking me.
What do we call this color?
I would say this color is autumnal. For those listening, I changed the blonde in my hair to like a reddish, coppery something. I'm going into the witness protection program. It's like it's my super secret spy look, when someone like changes their identity because they're, they're an international spy. That's what I feel.
But you can't cover up beautiful.
Oh, that's kind. Even though you told me you like it better light, which is fine. We all have our preferences.
I've always liked it better a little light, but I am liking this a lot.
Thank you.
Not that my opinion matters, of course.
Not in this respect, but I hadn't changed it in like 3 years, which is very unusual for me.
Yes.
So it was time.
I like it shorter. It's very nice.
It's way easier.
Very becoming.
Thank you. So today, I think we are going to talk. I say I think because I'm just going to be honest. We had a completely different subject scheduled for today.
Yeah.
And me being me, I felt like it would fit better at a different time.
Mm-hmm.
And so a scrambling we went to try to figure out what we were going to talk about in today's episode.
Well, it's never been said that a parsley doesn't have something to talk about.
Always.
Especially your mother.
Well, and in fact, I called her, and we're going to talk about family today, actually. Faith and family, as it were. But yeah, I called her to try to get some creative input. You know, is there anything God's put on your heart lately you think people would really want to hear about, identify with? And 30 minutes later, we still had nothing. But I did get a full download of everything happening in her life this morning.
Well, Elder Canfield has taught us all in the past 42 years that he's been with us that blessed are the flexible, for they shall be flexed.
Yes. And ministry is often all about flexibility.
Ministry needs a lot more spontaneity.
Yes. We're going to talk about just that. Family, faith, family, work, ministry, life, balance, all the things coming up.
This is your moment to be made whole. Join Dr. Rod Parsley and believers around the world as we celebrate a legacy of faith, the power of prayer, and witness the miraculous during the most anticipated event of the year, Prayer Cloth 2025. Your divine appointment is Sunday, November 23rd in Columbus, Ohio at World Harvest Church with special music by Lisa Brunson. Don't miss this supernatural day of ministry, healing, and victory. Visit rodparsley.com for more details and to reserve your prayer cloth today.
Alrighty, so, sorry, I just knocked my coffee cup.
Yeah, this is a what I would call a hypocrite drink.
It is. So we have our lovely RP branded coffee mugs that sit as nothing but props on the table, and I decided that I would actually fill it with something today, and it's a Diet Coke.
Wow.
It's
a baby Diet Coke.
It's a mini Diet Coke. I'm hiding a Diet Coke inside of the coffee cup because I needed just a good old hit of caffeine.
There you go.
What can I say?
There you go.
Dragging a little bit today. It's been a busy week, but well, thank you. I have a good friend that helps make all of this look like this.
I see.
But we often get questions about family and ministry.
Sure.
What does that look like? How do you balance it all? How do you
on our heads?
Yeah, I don't know that we do. I actually love that. Let's get into that. Often asked question, because I think it applies not just to ministry, but life in general.
Sure.
So many of our listeners or viewers have family and are ministers whose family maybe is or is not involved in the ministry, but nevertheless, people always ask us about balance, whether it's a work-life balance or ministry-life balance or just the busyness of day-to-day life. How do you balance family and your calling? So,
well, I think
let's get into
without balance, we all fall down.
Right?
That's a great bad dad joke.
We're going to make a montage of your bad dad jokes.
They're so good.
Throughout this.
I love
this
bad
maybe
dad.
at the maybe as like
send me bad dad jokes. I wanted to open up every service with bad dad jokes, but I got voted down.
You did.
You
did for a season. I just couldn't take it anymore. But maybe at the end of the year, we'll do a montage of all your bad dad jokes.
Or not.
Yeah.
Or not.
So do you want to answer this, or you want me to give my 2 cents?
Well, just Annie up there.
Okay. Here's my answer with regard to how do you balance family and ministry. You don't.
Okay.
You really don't. I think that it's rather being intentional with your time. Because in ministry especially, but really I think with any job, career, or just life, it ebbs and flows, right? You've got your super busy seasons, and then you have your more, chill, relaxed seasons. But for us, our family in particular in ministry, I mean, there are times where it is like we are ships passing in the night. Yep. Maybe I'll see you, maybe I won't, or times where it's like all I'm doing is seeing you.
I have had enough of you.
Yeah, and we're like sleeping in the office. I can Dominion camp meeting, for instance, or Easter, or of course the holidays. We're fast approaching the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of that. Yes, I could have a whole episode just about Christmas and all the things that I love about it, but especially growing up, and even now with me living out of the house, Austin is still at home for now.
Yes,
but we're guessing that soon he will
be soon
off on his married own. We think, but there were times where we just knew, okay, we're not gonna see much of Dad right now. But what we did know also was that you were going to make up that time. We always scheduled time together. Again, being intentional with your time. When we knew it was going to be a super busy season, we'd schedule time to be together after the fact. So, for instance, after Dominion Camp meeting, our major summer conference used to be 7 days long. Now it's 3. Yeah. But we made sure, even if it was just a staycation is what it's called now, even if we knew we're just going to be at home and that's all we're going to do, or we'd schedule a trip or a vacation or something, we as children in ministry, pastors' kids, knew that we were going to get that time with you. You traveled 150 nights a year for most of my adolescence.
Well, over 30 years I did that.
But you were intentional in that you never allowed ministry or your career, your job to take precedence over showing up for your kids. And the same is true with Mom. So let's say I had a dance recital, a volleyball game, whatever, and you got invited to a meeting in Florida. You would decline that invitation because you determined, you and Mom, that your first ministry was to your children.
Yes.
And I always, I still to this day, so appreciate that, because I see so many ministry kids that are now grown-ups and even that are, still kids that resent ministry and resent God and resent their parents, and many have nothing to do with God or ministry because they saw their parents choose the ministry over them.
Sure.
And that's not God's design.
And even spouses do that.
Yeah. And that's not God's design. So talk about how you and Mom, came to that conclusion and decision, because even with Mom, she traveled with you all over the world. And then when she had kids, she said, I'm done.
Came to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
your mom and I used to talk because we would have friends that we had known, for some time, and some time passed, and then we found out they had kids. We were never like that, We're like, oh, I didn't know they had children. Well, they never talk about them. Well, and that was very odd to us. Wow. The first thing God created was a family. That's the first thing He created. Yeah. And what is going on in America today, don't get me on my soapbox, is fatherless homes.
Yeah.
Incomplete homes.
Yeah.
God's order is one man married to one woman recreating in the earth. That's what He created.
Yeah.
Period. Is that another bad dad joke? Is that so old?
No,
That's
it's
now a
just
bad dad joke?
no, it's just funny the way you say it. It's like when you used to try to go, oh, crrr.
I can't do that. I'm
honestly, you did it.
I did it.
We've witnessed a miracle right here on the
We had
pod.
a miracle on the pod.
I'm honestly glad that trend is dead.
Yeah.
The O Kurt.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, it didn't last too long.
It's well, I don't know. It had legs there for a while, but so yeah.
But God created, Adam and Eve, and they procreated in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. There's a reason why food tastes good. Do you ever think about it?
Yeah.
There's a reason why food tastes good, because if it didn't taste good, nobody'd eat it and we'd all die. Well, it's the same thing with the family. God created sex between the man and the woman with positive feelings and emotions, because without it, we'd never procreated. He wanted us to fill the earth.
Yeah.
And I just am so strongly against this modern movement, which in so many ways is anti-family.
Right.
It's just anti-family.
Yeah.
Well, there's too much population on the earth. Not so. There's not enough food on the earth. Not so. It's just like money. It's just in the wrong hands. And it's poorly managed.
There you go.
Which is the same thing about our time.
Yeah.
Brother Sumrall, people know the gruff side of him, the strong side of him, but he was equally as tender.
Yes.
But he'd call you to task.
For sure.
I made the mistake once of saying, I just need more time. And he went, you don't need more time. You just need to get organized.
Hello.
And that's a lot of it. I mean, if we really did a time study on what we actually do, boy, do employees not like time studies. They do not like time studies.
No.
A time study is take a week and write down everything you did every hour of that week. Well, most of them spend more time making that list than they did actually working.
Yeah.
Because they're just disorganized.
Right.
And it's the same thing with the family. I cannot get over folks that don't live by a calendar and a time schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, take someone like a president of the United States. How do they get the things done they get done? Because they're organized. They have to be organized.
Yeah.
They have to be, what did you say, determinative about their time?
Intentional.
Thank you. Yeah. Intentional about their time. And this is, again, thank you for that. It's not about just ministry.
Right.
Because, when ministers think of ministry, they think of the time they're in the pulpit. Well, that's, I don't know.
It's
that
like 30%.
might be, or no, it might be
less.
10%
Sure.
of my actual time.
No, for you, yeah.
But it's because how are you going to be the founder and no longer president, thank goodness, of a Christian college? How are you going to be the founder of a very successful Christian school? How are you going to be the founder of a women's clinic that saved 16,000 babies? How are you going to keep all the things that a pastor has to do, right? You got to know about the children's ministry, the youth ministry. What about the finances? What about the television ministry? What about, how do you, and still have a family? Well, you have to get organized.
Right.
And so what gets under the fingernails of people like you and me are people that are so disorganized. They don't have a plan for the day, much less the week, much less the month. And so they just let things happen to them.
Yeah.
And
often neglect their family in the process.
And blame work or blame God.
Of course.
When that's not the problem. The problem is YOU and your disorganization.
Well, and I think not just being organized with your time, but prioritizing your time.
Well, that's the second part of organization.
Yeah. And
what takes priority?
Yeah. And that is what was so key for Austin and I growing up. And again, still to this day, because we value family time.
Absolutely.
I enjoy hanging out with my family.
You made dinner for us this week again. It was so good.
Yes.
Beef tips and potatoes and so good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm getting hungry.
But you and Mom made it abundantly clear. It's not something we ever doubted, that we, your children, your family, were the priority over everything and anyone else. And that can be difficult to balance in ministry, because ministry is 25/8.
Sure.
Ministry is nonstop. It is not an 8 to 5.
No.
It is not a weekends off.
No.
It is, it's you they're calling when their kid's in the hospital at 3 a.m.
Right.
That when you got people, as we said, you have problems, and those problems have to be addressed. You're shepherding those people.
Well, we never looked at ministry as a job.
Yeah.
It's just not in our thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what we do, it's who we are, and it is whole life.
Yeah.
Absorbing.
It's all consuming.
Yeah.
It's all consuming, and especially if you let it be.
Yes.
You have to prioritize time, get organized with your time, and be intentional with your time for your family and
your own mental health.
To rest, to recuperate, to refill the tank. And for me, for instance, part of that is being with my family.
Yeah.
How many times have I said to you or Mom, I just want to hang out with Austin.
Right. I'm
going to come pick up Austin, and we're just going to go hang out. We're going to go to Target.
In fact, the reason you did your master's online, you were all ready to pack up and go to Virginia.
Yeah.
And I remember we were in the car, and you just teared up and you said, Dad, I feel like I need to be here during this time of Austin's life.
Yeah.
And that's why you did that.
Yeah.
Again, prioritizing what you were going to do next in your life. But here's the deal. People are so selfish anymore.
Yeah.
It's all about them. Yeah. And when you make it all about them or you live a very lonely life.
Well, don't have kids.
Right. Get a puppy. Not even sure you can take care of a puppy.
Not that. I have one right now. No, don't do that either.
Got a new puppy.
Because that's like a newborn. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Mom have always said something to Austin and I about having children. When we talk about having children of our own, you've said there are people that have kids and there are people that parent.
Yes.
And often what I have witnessed in ministry, unfortunately, is where children are more of an accessory to the life of their parent as opposed to the priority and their number one
responsibility.
Thank you, responsibility.
Yeah. Well, I think there are those that want children as an accessory. I haven't seen that as much in ministry as I do in fields like entertainment, where, it's like a new purse, but more of an inconvenience. It's like something else I have to deal with. And, oftentimes not planned, right? And would just encourage people to, you have no greater calling in life than to create. Think of this. God gives us the ability to create eternal beings.
That part.
It's not just this life that we're preparing them for. It's eternity. And we shouldn't spend more time on their, little league practice as we should training them in the things of God. And we always, and because of that, if you could say ministry is a business, which certainly it is, and anybody that says otherwise doesn't have any understanding, of what church life and ministry is all about. But this is our home. It's our extended home, right? And we've always, just like I've never called this my job, and Miss Joni and I never said we're going to work, because that's not the way it is inside us. So you were always welcome anywhere we were, anytime we were, and I think that made you more comfortable.
And that's what I was meaning about accessorizing one's life with a child, is more so that sadly I've witnessed a lot of children being excluded from whatever the parents have going on in ministry in particular. Again, this could apply to many other things, but we were never shunned or treated like we didn't belong in a certain space in the ministry, whether that was you were having a meeting or you were preaching or you were visiting with a guest. Now, of course, we were taught respect and honor and to have manners.
Yes.
But if I busted into a meeting after school, to come and see you, you weren't going to say to me or to Austin, I'm busy right now.
Never.
You always stopped whatever you were doing to include us.
Still do today.
Still do. And I understand not everybody has that convenience.
Right.
However, I always knew that no matter what, if I was in need, especially, that you and Mom would drop anything. And again, I think that a lot of ministry kids feel that their pastor, mom and dad, will do that for a congregant,
right,
and not necessarily for them.
Right.
And you should be doing it for both. But first priority, family.
Again, you have to have a strategy. It's overwhelming to me, the number of people that just allow life to happen to them. Shout out to all the single people out there.
Yes.
I was single until I was 29 years old, and got married in October and was 30 in that coming January. So almost 30 years single. And single people do get discriminated against a lot.
Especially in the church, because there is value placed on the family unit in the church, as
Absolutely.
there should be, because
Absolutely.
it's God's design. So many of us single folks, we experience the pressure of, I love to hate this question. When are you going to get married?
Right.
And I always say, I don't know, you tell me.
Right.
What do you mean? I'm 36. I know no more now when I'm getting married as I did when I was 3.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
When God's in it.
What you do
I
know,
guess.
what you do know is you don't have to have a spouse to complete you.
Yeah, I'm living my best life.
And Paul said it. The apostle said it. I'm content with whatever season I'm in.
That's right.
And he was not married, and so he was like, "Come on, all you single folk, let's get busy."
And even with young couples, the newly married
When are you
couples,
gonna have-
then it's the pressure of when are you going to have kids?
Right.
And I want to ask you this: you and Mom deciding to have children, because you decided, you made a decision.
Yes.
This wasn't, we're just going to
Right.
live on a hope and a prayer, and whatever shows up, whatever it does. You planned.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times single folks or young married folks, they feel that pressure, and they end up negating the prayer piece of that, and seeking God about, is it the right time for us to bring an eternal being, as you said, into this world? So how did that work for you and Mom?
Well, first of all, your mother and I had known each other and been in somewhat of a courting relationship for 7 years before we decided to get married.
The tribulation.
Yeah, the tribulation followed by the honeymoon, which was like the rapture.
Classic.
Yeah. And again, everybody's an individual. Every relationship is individual.
Right.
But so many people I see jump in before they even know each other. They don't really even know each other yet, and they're in an all-fire hurry
Or
to
know
have
themselves.
children. And they have no idea the difference that having a child makes. I mean, that's a whole. If you think getting married was a change, wait till that first one comes along, and even more when the second one comes along.
Like you said, try a puppy first.
Try a puppy. Get a puppy.
And I always, to the Valor students, especially because, and it's so wonderful when Valor students find each other
Amazing.
and end up
Amazing.
in a godly, God-ordained marriage.
Yeah.
But, when some of them, those young married Valor graduates come and start talking about having kids, my first question to them is always, and what's your budget?
Right.
Because those diapers add up.
Oh, boy.
Those hospital bills add up. Those doctor's appointments add up.
The most expensive thing in the world.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. And again, coming back to planning, being organized,
Right.
prioritizing, and
Being before God.
thank you. That's where I was going.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you and Mom made prayer a priority when
Always.
it came to, okay, we feel ready to bring eternal beings into this world, but God, what do you have to say?
100%. Is this the time? And we had peace when it was the time. We didn't before that. And you can imagine, I mean, I'm 30 years old at that point, and back then, I'm back in the, I'm a boomer, right? And what boomers did is get out of high school and get married and start having children. So I was quite an anomaly. So the pressure about when are you getting married, the pressure about when are you having children, and I was much like you. That's up to God. I'm not going to be. My first pursuit is God, and your mother's first pursuit was God.
Yes.
And we knew that we were complete individuals before we decided to get married.
Yeah.
And then Brother Sumrall's, 3-part instruction to us at the altar of our wedding, and wouldn't even allow us to have a rehearsal. He said, I'll tell you what to do when you get in there.
I love that you brought that up. I've seen your wedding video many times.
Yes.
It's epic. But we've shifted a little bit from family to relationships, but of course a family is birthed out of first a relationship.
Yep.
So talk about what Dr. Sumrall kind of sermonized in your wedding ceremony about the 3 different ways that people can come into covenant relationship.
Is this a rapid fire question of the day?
It's not the question of the day.
Okay, well, then I'll rapid fire.
Yeah, but go through these and then we'll do the question.
Of course, he was one of the first, if not the first, person to ever really teach about the tripartite being of man, spirit, soul, body, and that man was a spirit. He lived in a body, and he possesses a soul, a mind, will, emotions. So we're just standing there, and like I said, he wouldn't allow us to have a rehearsal. And so he's looking at us, and he says, he kind of separates us so he can see the congregation really good. And there were 1,500 people there. And he said, now, congregation, there are 3 ways to get married. Number 1, people get married in their flesh or their body. That's where this body looks at that body and says, I like that body. So they chew on each other for a while, and then they vomit each other out. This was during my wedding. My bride is standing there in her beautiful
and you
white
had
gown.
no rehearsal, so you didn't know it was coming.
No.
And you
this
just
is
got to
totally out of left field.
stand there and take it.
Yeah. And he did use the word vomit. until they chew on each other until they vomit each other out. And that is truthfully where 80% of people get married. It's totally physical. And this body looks at that body, and we like what we do as bodies, so we're going to make that decision. Then, secondly, those that get married in their soul, and their soul, of course, their mind, their will, emotions. So he said, this mind says, I think like that mind, and we think about the same things, and we have the same kind of background, and we enjoy the same kind of things. And he said they last a little longer. But he said the main way is to get married is two spirits that are connected. And they're connected around their relationship with Jesus Christ. And so it was with Miss Joni and me, and why I love her more today than ever, and why we have successfully raised two beautiful, beautiful young adults, and why we've never been out of love. We married our best friends.
Yeah.
And we knew we were best friends.
Yeah.
I would rather be with your mother today than any living human being. And it has been that way since the 7 years before. We're about to have our 40th anniversary. This time next year, we'll be having our 40th wedding anniversary. And we were together 7 years before that. So pushing 50 years together.
Many a decade.
And when it's built around the love of God, it endures.
Coming up, the question of the day. Okay, question of the day.
Here we go.
How can folks get their whole family unit involved in ministry, church? How can a family best serve the church or in their church?
Right.
Especially when you've got kids of all different ages.
Sure.
For instance.
Sure. Well, you want to find a church that certainly ministers to those different age groups. And if they don't have one, maybe it's a smaller ministry. Why don't you be the one to stand up and say, hey, Pastor, I'd be glad to help us in this area. Of course, our church grew very, very rapidly. I mean, we had over 600 kids in our own church Little League programs every season. But it's, first of all, know the vision. What's the vision? Secondly, be open to God for ways that he would want you to serve. And start training your children to be servants. If they have a let's clean up the church grounds day, make sure they're there helping right alongside of everybody else. So it's a part of your life. It's not a place you go to for X amount of time on Sunday. The church was designed to be the focal point of family life.
Yeah. Community.
Yeah. Koinonia.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, and I think, to your point, seek God about where he might want you to serve, but especially with your kids, they have gifts and talents and interests, special interests, right? For instance, Austin, he loves cartoons and animation and voice work.
He is amazing at voiceover.
Yes, voice acting, as it were. And we were like, we don't have an animated kind of thing we asked him if he wanted to do some voiceovers, for radio spots and things. He wasn't interested in that. And we thought, okay, this fits in kids ministry, but how? And then puppetry. Right. Okay, you're voice acting with a puppet as opposed to in a studio for something animated. Right. So he serves as Max the monkey puppet in Kid Harvest, and now that's developed into a YouTube show, shameless plug, for all the preschoolers and kindergartners. Every Friday, 4 p.m.
Every Friday, 4 p.m.
Kid Harvest Clubhouse.
Kid Harvest Clubhouse.
Mom, she's not someone that likes to be outward in her service. She's more of a behind the scenes kind of a gal. And she, though, has a heart for children with disabilities,
Yes.
children with special needs,
Yes.
families of children with special needs.
Yes.
And so she got a vision to build Bethany Place,
Yep.
which is our special care for special needs.
Yes.
And that's
the playground.
and at that time,
Yeah.
one of only 3 handicap accessible playgrounds in our city.
Yep.
And of course, not everybody has the resources to do that. But the point being, God has put desires in all of our hearts
Right.
and talents and gifts in your children as well.
Right.
And if you find a place in your local church where they can serve in those gifts,
Yeah.
they'll love it.
Right.
They'll love it.
Find where you fit, man. The church is a community. And jump in there with both feet
Amen.
and be used for God's kingdom.
Yes.
Amen.
Well, say goodbye to the folks.
Hey, folks, we sure do love you. And you remember, keep feeding your faith and stirring up those flames of revival.